Hello and welcome to the first of our round of 16 episodes of Robot Rebellion 2023. Thank you once again for joining us. A recap of what happened last episode. It was Night Fury who took out the competition, going undefeated in their heat and making their way through to the round of 16. We shall see them next week. This week, however, we will see second place finisher in the heat, Arctic Ferno, who beat out Bon and Cryptomnesia in their rumble to decide who went second place. Now only 16 robots remain standing. We have a one-on-one knockout bracket to decide who wins Robot Rebellion 2023. However, second places in the heat also may qualify for this bracket. And to start off this episode and next, we will see the battles to decide who makes the bracket. For the first of our two play-in matches tonight, we will see Mothor Mark II take on Aurus Rex and Chucky. Mothor are Heat G second place, Heat H went to Chucky, Heat I for Aurus Rex. Let's take a look at these robots then. Mothor Mark II, the Lord, what used to be an undercutter, now a wedgebot. If you remember, they lost their weapon early doors in the heat, became a wedgebot. They managed to win out in a one-on-one battle to decide who came second in the heat. Aurus Rex, the Axebot fast and powerful weapon, pushed Spins and Needles and Cormoran to the edge in their heat, coming second on points. And finally, the third robot in this melee is Chucky. They were part of one of the best heats of the series in my opinion. They went up against Babrog and Baby Deadbod to see who would win and come second in the heat. Can they go any further? We will find out as we join these three in the arena.
In our next battle, we have a three-way between Aurus Rex in the red square, Chucky in the blue, and Mothor over by the pit button.
Stand by.
This for a place in the round of 16. An axe,
Three,
a lifter, and a wedge.
2, 1, begin.
Very quick out of the gates was Mothor, Chucky straight there with them. Now under both robots and managing to turn Aurus over and themselves, and now they are doing something. I'm not sure quite what that was, but I'm going to.
I think it was breakdancing, but I'm not too
yes,
sure.
Let's go with that. Let's go with that. It's family friendly. The axe of Aurus Rex is hitting the back end of Chucky.
Chucky being driven into the sidewall there, now coming back out. Mothor, meanwhile, using those side wedges, which I'll tell you what, have done them a lot of favours in this tournament. They were a spinner, don't forget, but their spinner broke. They had to replace it with those wedges, but it's done them a lot of favours. And I think Aurus Rex are immobilised in the corner there.
Chucky's lifter, meanwhile, seems to be stuck open. Not sure what's happened to them there, but they've got a good pin on Mothor against the side wall. The pit now lowers.
Aurus Rex has completely had it here, I think. They can't self-right in the corner. And Chucky, meanwhile, dominating Mothor into the side wall. It's such a quick machine, isn't it, Chucky?
Yeah, absolutely right. They've managed to get their lifter back down now, driving around to the side, but seemingly having a little bit of twitchy issues trying to get Mothor up and over. It's quite a wide robot to do that to, turning themselves over in the process of driving away. That's the power of the drive in Chucky.
Mothor certainly seems to have problems with their left-hand drive there. I think that's gone down. And with their other wheel very close to the pit, I think they could be done for here. A good push here from Chucky will have them down, and they do!
Chucky is into the round of 16 by knockout.
Melee 2 for the play-in spot sees Heat J, K and L second places, Deja 2 multi-grab drifting, Schism and Arctic Ferno, who we saw last week. Heat J, Deja 2 multi-grab drifting is where we're going to start. Thomas Yao's grab a lifter had a play-in for this play-in, managed to win out against Ares and Han the Hammer. Grab and lifter, this thing showed its mettle. Schism, we saw a couple of weeks ago the Hammer Saw do some brilliant damage, but did not do enough to beat the other Hammer Saw in the heat, Attitude Adjuster, placing these guys in second. Jack Tweedy will want to come back from that for sure. Arctic Ferno we saw last week, they won the melee between them, Cryptomnesia and Bon. As we said at the top of the show, this adaptive and cunning robot will hope to get another win here. We join them in the arena right now.
Loaded into the box for our next battle, we have Schism, the only seed to be in this position where it might not go through, although some are already out, I suppose. But this is a chance for them to move through. They will be gunning for it hard. They are up against Deja 2, Multigrab Drifting, and Arctic Ferno. And rumor has it that Schism wants to be a fire starter, Twisted Fire Starter.
Yes, definitely so. And let's hope they do it, because don't forget, they're the only seed that have to go through the play-ins at the moment. So definitely hoping to do well here and live up to their 4th seeding.
Robot ears, stand by. 3, 2, 1, begin.
Here we go then, Schism very fast out of the gates, looking to find the side of one of the robots, but finding the side wall instead. Now in a prime position to bring the hammer down on the wheel of Arctic Ferno, and doing well to control that robot around the arena.
Yeah, that's just pure bullying, I think, there, to be honest. Grabbing a hold of it, using the hammer saw, pinning it in and driving it around the arena. Although they will have to let go soon, but I think they got stuck.
Yes, there's going to be an unstick here. Dave is going to take a look at the robots and prod them with a stick. I told you, didn't I? There is the stick.
Again, it is a very technical term. Oh, yeah, it's stuck on the floor.
I can't actually see any damage to Arctic Ferno.
That's unfortunate.
Might have peeled the wheel very slightly, but... Okay, the robots are now separated. The fight will
Robot
resume.
ears, stand by. 3, 2, 1, begin.
No rest for the wicked. Jack Tweedy and his robot Schism getting straight back underneath Arctic Ferno.
Good to see Deja 2 finally getting into this fight as well, going for the pit button there, I think. I'm not too sure. And now driving into the sidewall, and they've got themselves jammed in the sidewall. Can they get out of there?
Schism struggling to spin up that weapon, though. I think there might be some damage to it, and so he's just going to have to try his best. Meanwhile, Deja 2 being counted out, and that could be it for them. Unfortunate.
Very, very unfortunate. They finally got their weapon working today, but sadly, that is the way it works. Meanwhile, Schism doing a good job keeping Arctic Ferno Spinner at bay, using those forks well and using good driving tactics, driving towards the pit button, maybe try and get that pit down. They can get them down, Jevon.
There it goes. They are hoping to push them down the pit. They have excellent driving control, and they're practically in position. Arctic Ferno is down, and the win is going to go to Schism.
The 4th seeds stay in the competition.
Our 2 remaining places in this side of the bracket have been decided. Chucky will face Schism in the 4th and final battle for this evening. Now, these robots have been randomly drawn to see who will fight who, but we see the top half of this bracket be the first half of the series winners. Boom Zoom, Wheelie Big Lad, Bloodshot, Gizmo, Gold Dust, Icebreaker, all winners of their heats. In tonight's first round of 16 battle, Boom Zoom, the number 12 seed, takes on Wheelie Big Lad, the number 8. The lifter, built by Rob Weston, did very well in its heat, went undefeated in battle. Awesome lifter through and through. Wheelie Big Lad, the vertical spinning thwackbot. It's a unique design. Things struggled to fight it. It wasn't plain sailing for them in their heat as they drove out of the arena in one of their battles. Hopefully, they won't do the same again.
Loaded into the box for our first round of 16 battle. We have Boom Zoom in the blue square and Wheelie Big Lad in the red.
1, begin.
Here we go then, Boom Zoom with the weapon up at the start, trying to get into those wheels and almost got him out of the arena almost immediately.
Yeah, that was very, very good start there from Boom Zoom. They're using that weapon and keeping it raised so they can get into the wheel spokes like that and try and control Wheelie Big Lad around the arena and hopefully into the outer zone or the pit.
Wheelie Big Lad hitting the floor with their weapon at full pelt. And a good hit to the top of Boom Zoom. Something's come off.
Yeah, I think this fight might definitely come towards more the control side of things, just because Boom Zoom is a very quick machine, very difficult to get a hold of, and Wheelie Big Lad, as fun as it is, that sort of design, it doesn't really have control in mind.
No, Boom Zoom, meanwhile, is doing really well to get around to the side of those wheels and attack,
Going down.
push, and shove
Going down.
all around the arena.
Getting in there on the axle now and
Oh, there goes a print. TPU flies everywhere, and those two robots look pretty stuck together to me, entangled in the weapon system, and I think that's going to have to be an unstick.
Fight paused.
Yeah, for those who weren't here yesterday or here earlier, basically when two robots get stuck together, they have to unstick them. Trust me, it'd be very boring if they continued fighting like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the Stick of Destiny! Woo! Yep. Okay, the TPU printed pieces have been unwound from the spinner. The two robots have been separated, and now we are ready to begin again.
Robot ears, stand by.
We're ready to go again.
3, 2, 1, begin.
Here we go, up to speed once again is Wheelie Big Lad. Boom Zoom with a good push on the side wheel once more.
Oh, getting that saw in there, Wheelie Big Lad, just trying to do some shredding on the other side. But Boom Zoom, oh!
Boom Zoom falls to the pit.
Seize.
And Wheelie Big Lad will continue on in the tournament.
Well, Alex, that was impressive. How do you do it? It's a tough question.
Just using it all here. I think that fight was really Rob's. You had a bit of an entangled situation. There was debate over whether to clear the weapon of Big Lad. Yeah, Gareth Redley said we should, which we did. I'm not sure personally whether that was the right call or not, but I think in the end it did come down to a driving error, rare driving error from Rob. Yeah, that was a tough fight.
He is a very good roboteer.
Yeah.
He's gone back to his pit table. He is in that moment, you know. Yeah, very well done. Very impressive. Have you reined it in yet, or are you just winging it on a prayer, so to speak?
Still winging it. I'm getting the hang of it more. I've changed the control a bit, so now the weapon is on a sort of little dial on the back of the controller, so I don't worry about letting fights. I set that, and I don't have to think about that anymore. It's just focusing on the drive.
Cool.
It's working a little better.
Good stuff. Well,
Yeah.
Impressive fight. Sorry to see Rob go out. He's a good roboteer, but at the end of the day, you did the thing and you did the win. So,
See what next.
Well done, Shaky.
Okay, thank you very much.
Battle 2 tonight sees Bloodshot, the Kingslayer, took out Stratus, the overall champion from last year. This thing hits hard, as we found out earlier on. Felix Townsend has built a beast, but he faces a beast as he goes up against Gizmo. Barely broke a sweat in his heat. In fact, his battles barely lasted over a minute each. Some of them lasted mere seconds. Ellis Ware has built a monster. Can Bloodshot slay another champion though?
Okay, being loaded into the arena for our next battle, we have a big-wheeled robot and a very compact robot. Bloodshot is a horizontal spinner in the red square built by Felix. This thing has been on a tear so far, 3-0, undefeated. Defeated last year's champion, in fact. He is up against a champion in his own right in Gizmo, won the last Bristol Bot Builders event in February. Gizmo is a hard-hitting dual-disc vertical spinner. Looking forward to seeing this one.
Robot ears, stand by.
Bloodshot in the red square, Gizmo in the blue.
2, 1, begin.
Here we go, Gizmo up to speed, Bloodshot struggling to. Now up to speed, but a chunk taken out of that tyre.
Oh, and you can hear the grinding there of the weapon on the arena floor, but you're meant to hit your opponent, not the arena. Bits of tyre flying everywhere. That is the problem with a robot like Bloodshot. With exposed wheels like that, they become very easy targets for a spinner like Gizmo.
Oh, big hit there.
Yeah, that was a big hit there. Bloodshot moving better, using his weapon as his locomotion rather than his wheels. This
big hit there to the top of Gizmo, sorry. The chaos of Bloodshot. We can barely hear ourselves think in this fight.
This is a very, very
More
way
foam goes
of
flying
moving around the arena, by the way. Look at this.
Oh, and now the wheels are off the ground completely.
I bet you guys are finding this very tiresome. Oh no! Oh,
huge hits there.
I'm not. There's not much wheel
But he's
left.
still running.
That was it.
Kind of. Still technically mobile, I guess. It's a classic Felix Townsend fight as the robot is roofed.
Oh!
But Gizmo is sick.
Gizmo is breached. Come on! Can Bloodshot move out of his circumference here?
Gizmo's moving again as well now. Oh, and the wheel comes off. Huge head is out. It's a win to Gizmo.
That was just pure chaos.
All of the emotions were felt in that one.
Especially pain. And earache.
How was that for either of you? Like, I think that was one of the most entertaining fights I've seen this weekend.
It was entertaining to be in, and also absolutely terrifying. So you basically got, if you imagine a military helicopter with monster truck wheels, that's basically what this is. Yeah.
Felix, I think you spent most of the fight on your weapon.
Yeah. I think this. One of the drive side was like this kept disengaging, so it was just kind of throttling it to keep it moving.
Did I take off one of your feeder things quite early on?
Back one. I don't know when that
you were.
Yeah.
Right.
It like pushes.
Well,
so the front one doesn't matter. But,
you've hit my TPU there, and you did clip my wheel.
yeah.
I think you came over the top like that. It's quite gourmet.
All this is just too low. So
It's just too low. I was worried that you'd get, because my lipo was just there. But these obviously were an addition for this fight. I didn't bring those. Nicked bits of HDP from some fellow competitors and some longer bolts. I asked you for longer bolts. I don't think those were yours in the end.
No.
And they have actually worked. I'm so glad I did that, because they started off straight. They've both been like nicely
Yes, I can see
made. And all of that was in the name of avoiding a hit on the chassis. It was just spotted though. Look at that, sheared bolt on the disc. Is that this bent? I think my teeth are slightly bowed, possibly. Don't know.
There's definitely a couple webs up.
Still goes around, amazing fight.
Is it an easy fix?
For me, I think so. If I can't get this back up to fighting fit fairly quick, then I should be here. So I should be alright. I'm really lucky.
Incredibly lucky.
Did you spin up at the beginning?
It cogged all the way at the start. I think we
When I hit you, it might
we
have-
made like two. Like we made a little glancing blow and then a hit and then it kicked in.
I think when you, because Felix had an issue at the start of the fight, and where it wasn't, it was trying to spin but wouldn't, and I think the first jostle of me hitting you got you going.
Yeah, because in the Stratus fight, I had the exact same thing. I was just setting it on the way anyway, and it does kick in, but it just cogs a little bit. So the motor's seen better days. It did get two really nice hits in it.
Yeah, but it's still going around. That motor is
still works.
That motor is the gnarliest.
Because they happened earlier than, well, they happened in like the first half of the fight, but didn't realise it because thankfully it was still going. That was another thing. I thought if I stop it, then I've got to try and cog it back.
Yeah. So you want to keep it going at all times. No, it was an amazing fight.
That was amazing. One of the best of the weekend so far.
Yeah.
Worthy of the final.
It would have been a good fight.
That was really good.
Well, now I'll go and lose to end boss or something.
You got to win now, please.
I don't know. I'll try, but I don't know who I'm fighting next. But I'm really glad we had that fight, because you're the apex for this sort of design. Cheers. We're rambling on now. I probably should go and fix it.
Go off and fix it.
Cheers.
Good job, guys. Thank you.
The first half of the round of 16 for tonight anyway is concluded. Wheelie, Big Lad and Gizmo will fight in a few weeks' time. They are through to the round of 8. Boom Zoom and Bloodshot, commiserations to them. They are out of the competition. Coming up in just a little while, Chucky and Schism are two play-in winners who will fight it out for another place in the round of 8. But up first, Gold Dust takes on Icebreaker. Gold Dust, the number 10 seed, Sam Elliott 64, here with his drum spinner that he took to national havoc over in the States. This thing did reasonably well in its heat, but it faced tough opposition, and it's not getting any easier for them as Adam Stanley brings Icebreaker, the vertical spinner, very, very powerful weapon, feared across the country. This thing is a champion in its own right. Gold Dust faces a mountain.
The next two robots in the round of 16. Coming into the box now, we have Gold Dust, the drum spinner from Sam Elliott. He's lucky to be here. He won his melee to get into this stage. He won his heat in the end, but he was confused and shocked that he did. He is going up against the 3-0, presently undefeated Icebreaker, the blue TPU vertical spinner. Been on a tear this weekend, hoping to continue that into the competition and the tournament bracket in particular.
Yeah, Icebreaker has been on form this tournament. Although it's not the seeded machine going into this one, you have to favour them because of how well they performed so far.
3, 2, 1, begin.
Here we go then, both robots getting up to speed. Big hit there from Gold Dust onto Icebreaker and another. They go weapon to weapon and the sparks fly. Gold Dust shaking and shivering, but I think that drum spinner is down.
We're going to definitely see lots of sparks flying, and
I
that's
think
a tap
he's just
out
tapped.
already.
Icebreaker is your winner.
Our fourth and final round of 16 match for tonight sees the two playing winners, Chucky and Schism, fight for a place in the round of 8. Chucky, the flipper robot, can take a hit, maybe 2. It might be too fast to react, however, against Schism, Jack Tweedy's hammer saw, a very experienced driver and the number 4 overall seed. We expect them to do well. They are untested in combat, or they were. They've got a little bit more experience under their belt now, however.
Entering the box next in our round of 16, we have Chucky, the blue flipper robot. Has done very well so far, won its redemption battle to get into the round of 16. It is going up against another robot that had to go through the play-ins. Schism, the number 4 seed, was on the ropes but is in the round of 16. A good place to be for them, I think.
Yeah, definitely so. Seeded 4th for the tournament. So a definite favourite to go well here. Tweedy is known for his incredible builds.
So these two weapon types, we've got the flipper of Chucky, that middle section lifts up and down, able to throw the robots around. It's very fast, very manoeuvrable. Schism is what we call a hammer saw. It uses an articulating arm with a spinner on the end of it to directly hit the top plates, or they're hoping the top plates, or bottom plates if the robot is inverted.
Robot ears, stand by. 3, 2, 1, begin.
Here we go, quick out of the gates for both of these robots, and Schism gets in underneath Chucky and directly hits the face of Chucky, but didn't do too much damage there. The TPU just absorbing that hit, but doing well to control still.
Yeah, they're definitely winning the ground game here, which is definitely an important part of a battle like this, when you have a lifter. Although Schism has just stopped out of nowhere, could we have a huge surprise here? They're trying to move. Oh, and they've just got back into movement there with 3 seconds to go. And now pinning Chucky against the inner side wall. They're going to bring in that spinner again, but like you said, that TPU is just doing such a good job of absorbing those hits, Jevon.
The arena button pressed, and the pit is going down. Chucky now with a good push could have had Schism down the pit if it had been a little bit more control, but now is driven under the arena sidewall. Now Chucky is stuck.
Chucky stuck, and I don't think they can get themselves out of there. Oh, yes, they can. They managed to wiggle themselves free, but Schism right back in there behind them again and trying to bring in the weapon, and does so.
Big hit delivered to the back side of Chucky. They're not going to enjoy that much.
Not too sure how much damage is being done there, though. Chucky able to get out of there once again. This is a really good fight developing here between these two machines.
Yeah, some good control, very back and forth. It seems to be Schism winning most of the engages, but Chucky is trying his best, now getting round to the side and with a trying for a lift, but well driven, badly driven there though by Chucky. He falls foul of Schism.
Tweedy,
Hello.
how was that? That was a fight and a half, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was about as fun as I expected it to be. I wasn't expecting to get under it as consistently as I did. But it seems to be working very...
Did you have controller issues, or
Yeah,
you
at one
stuck
point,
at one point?
it just stopped. But it didn't lose mainline power, so I think it's something to do with the receiving button power, which should be an easy fix. I think it's just a loose connection or something.
Weapon-wise, is it working effectively in that?
It is working enough. I've run into an issue since the last fight in which I can't take it up to full and hit something, or it melts the belt to the pulley, which I can fix but not here. I need an aluminium pulley, so hopefully that will fix it.
But Chucky, pretty quick around that arena anyway. There was a few close calls, but you reined it in the end. Problems aside, you did very well in that. So
Thank you.
Good luck for your next fight.
Thank you. It's Icebreaker.
It is Icebreaker.
Oh yes indeedy, Jack. Unfortunate for Gold Dust and Chucky, they are out of the competition. Unfortunate for Schism, they have Icebreaker in a few weeks' time in the round of 8. They're joining Gizmo and Wheelie Big Lad, all 4 of our winners tonight. Many congratulations to them for making it this far. Commiserations to everybody who has gone out at this stage, but we hope to see them again in the future. And that's just about all we have time for in this week's Robot Rebellion. Join us next week for the second half of the round of 16. Until then, I've been your host, Jevon Woodrow. We hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a like, do subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next time.